Thank you very much. Let's give Scott a tremendous round of applause for a great job he just did. Give Scott a round of applause, if you please. How many have major goals you'd like to achieve? Raise your hands, please. Major goals you'd like to achieve. Fantastic. Shake someone's hand on your right and left. Look them in the eyes and say, you have something special. You have greatness within you. Do that right now, please. Very good. I like to ask audiences how many have major goals you'd like to achieve. And I want to ask you another question, because I've been reflecting on this. Last year I had a reoccurrence of the little c, cancer. 15 years ago I was diagnosed with prostate cancer and given a 2 to 3 year prognosis. One of the things I think that doctors should never tell someone they're terminally ill. What they should say is, my knowledge and ability to help you has terminated. But I've been reflecting on my life, and I want to ask you, and I know you've done things you feel good about, things that you're proud of, but how many of you know if you had your life to live over again, you could have done more than what you've done thus far? Raise your hands, please. That proves the point that what we do and what we accomplish in life is only a tip of the iceberg of what's possible for us. So I want to share some thoughts with you. I want you to think about 3 goals that you'd like to achieve in 3 areas of your life. Number 1, what's one personal goal that you'd like to achieve? Why don't you think about that? My first personal goal was to buy my mother a home. I'm one of 7 children that my adopted mother adopted. And I feel like Abraham Lincoln, who said, all that I am and all that I ever hope to be, I owe to my mother. She was a domestic worker on Miami Beach in the United States, and she cleaned homes and she kept children. And we wore the hand-me-down clothes of the children that she kept. She cooked for families, and we ate the food left over from the families that she cooked for. These were very kind and generous people. They would say, Mamie, whatever food is left over, you can pack it up and take it home to those children that you have adopted. And I used to walk around these big, beautiful mansions, and I'd say, Mama. And she said, what is it, Leslie? When I become a man, I'm going to buy you a big, beautiful home, just like this. How many have somebody special you'd like to do something for? Raise your hands, please. Very good. We're going to show you how you can make that happen. Now I want you to think about your financial goals, growing your business, advancing your career, taking your life to the next level. I want you to think about the goals that you've set for yourself, why you've invested in yourself and being here. And whatever the goals are that you've set for yourself, and I hope you've raised the bar on yourself, I want you to multiply it 100-fold. I found that most people fail in life not because they aim too high and miss. I found that most people fail in life because they do what I did for most of my life, aim too low and hit. And many never aim at all. Now I want you to think about your social contribution. What will be different because you showed up? Horace Mann said we should be ashamed to die until we've made some major contribution to humankind. One of the goals I have is reduce the number of women who die from breast cancer. My mother was a 22-year breast cancer conqueror. How many men over 40? Raise your hands, please. Men over 40, very good. One of the goals every time I speak, I encourage men to get their PSA test, which stands for prostate-specific antigen, and their digital rectal examination. And I'll be glad and they can check our prostate by looking in our ears. You know, it's got to be a better way. I'm turning red as I talk about it, but you can't see it. A friend of mine was at a medical convention. Hey, Les, let me give you a free rectal. I said, no, buddy, you too motivated. Homie, don't roll like that, you know. One of the goals I have is teaching people how to tell their story, how to grow their business, be the voice of their business, how to improve the customer service, how to develop their leadership voice, how to go from being local to being global. I want you to think about the things that you want to do with your life, the kind of impact that you want to make. And as you think about those 3 categories, let us say together with conviction, it's possible. Together, please. Everybody together, please. Say it's possible. You know, the easiest thing I do is come up here prepared to speak for you. But the most difficult thing that I've ever done and took me years to do was to believe that I could do it. Given my beginning, born in an abandoned building on a floor in a poor section of Miami, Florida, called Liberty City, with a twin brother, being adopted, being labeled educable, mentally retarded in the 5th grade and put back from the 5th grade to the 4th grade, and failing again in the 8th grade, and not having any college education. And if both my birth parents stood up and said, "Hello, son," I would not know either one. You know, I saw a movie late one night, and in this movie called Magnolia, Tom Cruise, and there was a line in there that said, "We might be through with our past, but our past is not through with us." How many of you know there are things that we've experienced that can impact the way we see ourselves? Raise your hand as you understand that. And so as you look at yourself and look at your goals, I want you to write this down. You don't get in life what you want, you get in life what you are. You have to create an achiever's mindset. You have to create that yourself. My favorite book says, "Be ye not conformed to this world, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind." And what you're doing right now is an indication of what's most important. As you begin to invest in yourself, setting aside a time to be here. This is the era what the late Peter Drucker calls the era of the 3 C's: accelerated change, overwhelming complexity, and tremendous competition. And so as you look at yourself and look at your goals, setting aside time every day to work on your mindset, to expand your vision of what's possible for you. They did an interview with Warren Buffett, one of the richest men on the planet, as you're aware. And they asked him, "What's the most important investment people can make today?" And this was in the middle of the recession in the United States. Here's a guy that has billions of dollars in real estate, billions of dollars in the stock market, and he said the most important investment you can make is in yourself. Everybody repeat after me, please. Live full. Die empty. Say it again. Live full. Die empty.